What's up everyone, Edgar here with All One Solar Shine out here in Morgan Hill, California. We service the SF South Bay area. So anywhere from Mountain View, Los Altos, down to San Jose, Morgan Hill, and Gilroy, and then all the cities in between. So give us a call, shoot me a message, let's get in contact and get it done. So today I want to talk about how to start a solar panel cleaning business in 2023. I know there's a lot of talk of solar panels really hitting the market right now. The government just came out with, it's being more and more of a demand and a mandate for, all new builds. And it's gonna be like this, it's only gonna get bigger and better and more stricter. So solar panels are definitely be hitting the market harder. And the more and more that we have, they obviously need to get cleaned. With climate changes as well happening, we're not getting as much rain. Regardless, the rain doesn't clean them, but hey, with no rain at all, it only means they're only gonna get filthier, right? And that's where we definitely come into play, cleaning solar panels professionally, efficiently, and the way that they need to be cleaned. That way no manufacturer warranties are voided. That way no malfunctions happen because of the wrongdoings of the cleanings. And that way no accidents happen with the system itself or just the personnel performing the cleaning. So you definitely want to get yourself a van, a truck, something that you can have your equipment in. I myself like vans because I'm able to have all my equipment inside, keep it safe and secure inside, stored away. If you want to get yourself a truck, that's fine. Just make sure it's long bed and obviously has a ladder rack on top, whether it's a truck or a van. You also are going to start with your water source. Okay, so you want a pressure washer. There's different grades of pressure washers that you want, but anything that can do 2.5 to 4 gallons per minute, that's what you want. Now, obviously, it being gas powered is going to be a lot better because the gas powered pressure washers will give you that GPM. And then the PSI, you're going to want it to also be at a high PSI because depending on which route you go, whether it's rotary brush or water fed, you're going to need that pressure washer to give you the correct PSI to get the job done. If you do go with water fed, all you need is just a water pump. And the water pump is just going to help you get that water out of the hose, down the bristles onto the panel so you're able to clean them. If you're going with the rotary, then you definitely want to be able to have the correct PSI so you can get the job done.
Can you use your customer's water in your opinion?
So you can use your customer's water as long as it gets filtered out. I myself have a 100-gallon tank, but 100-gallon tanks, depending on certain systems, isn't enough. So if I need to, I do tap into the customer's water source with my regular garden hose. But that garden hose from the house feeds through my DI tanks, then my DI tanks feed into my water tank. So at the end of my hose, I get filtered, deionized water. So by all means, yes, you can use your customer's water source, but like I said, you want it to be filtered out by the time it gets to your panels. So for solar panel cleaning only, if you're gonna use a water-fed pool, you might need electricity because you do want a water pump that's gonna push out the water using a water-fed pool. So yeah, you can definitely use electricity of your customer's house. I also have a 100-foot extension cord. I don't use pumps on my setup. I just use a pressure washer, and that pressure washer is gas. So as long as I have gas, I'm good to go. So beginner's needs for solar panel cleaning is obviously the training and the equipment. So you're gonna wanna make sure you have the correct boots, the correct apparel, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, sunscreen, hats, obviously the boots that are non-slip, waterproof. The tools, you want to make sure you have the right equipment versus ladders, harnesses, helmets. You're going to want to make sure you have all the stabilizers and anchors for these ladders. And that way you're able to get on and off the roof securely and with less risk of having an injury. Training, so you want to make sure you're following the OSHA protocols when you're using ladders. You want to make sure that you're also having cones to signal where these hoses are at. You don't want anyone tripping. You want to make sure also that you're talking to your homeowners, letting them know, hey, I'm going to be on your roof. I'm here on site. That way as well, they can, if they hear some noise on there, they know it's you and they know what's going on. Sometimes I also let if it's a court or something, I just let some of the neighbors know that I'm parking here in case I'm blocking someone's driveway, or some of these streets are really tight and narrow. So I do my best to let the neighbors know that I'm here. That way, all this communication definitely leads to a better experience for everyone.
Now, I'm sure everybody has their own pricing, but what do you recommend for new beginners? How should they price a solar panel cleaning job?
So the number one thing is your market. All right, so I'm based, like I said, in South Bay area, up here in Morgan Hill and Gilroy. So my market out here in this Bay area is going to be different from Central Valley, Modesto, Stockton area. It's going to be different from San Diego, from LA. It's going to be different from maybe even NorCal or somewhere else in the United States. So you definitely want to know your market. You want to know what other people are charging. You want to know what homeowners are able to afford, what they can pay. So do some market research. Ask around, get some advice of other homeowners, what they can afford, what's their budget. And then number two, you also want to know your time. So time is money, especially when you're doing a service-based business. And you want to make sure that in that time, you're considering all your expenses. So I have to consider my van payment, I have to consider my insurances, I have to consider obviously, labor if I have employees. And you have to consider your own money, your own profits. I mean, you got to pay yourself, right? So all this gets added up into that expense, and that all goes into how long does it take you to get the job done. If you go to a house and it takes you 4 hours just to clean solar panels only, then you got to make sure you're charging enough to make that money, but also pay everything else that you need to pay. If it takes you only 30 minutes to get the job done, then you can price accordingly. That way you know exactly the time and the money, and it's all it's gonna work out, so that way your business can grow. So in 2023, starting a solar panel cleaning business is possible. I definitely appreciate you guys watching. If you guys have any other questions, drop them in the comments. If you guys want to reach out, send me a message, give us a call. Homeowners that may have watched this as well, give us a call, send a message for a quote. By all means, we're here to help you and serve you guys out here in the SF South Bay area. Like I said, anywhere from Mountain View, Los Altos, down to San Jose, Morgan Hill, and Gilroy, and everything in between. You guys can also read the description below. We're gonna have some more information. Appreciate it. Peace.